Chapter 8. Doth not wisdom call, and understanding put forth her voice? In the top of high places, by the way, where the paths meet, she stands. Beside the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors, she cries out loud. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. O you thoughtless, understand prudence, and you fools, be you of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall utter truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing perverse or crooked in them. They are all plain to him that understands, and right to them that finds knowledge. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things desirable are not to be compared unto her. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of devices. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the froward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am understanding, power is mine. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me earnestly shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, yes, enduring riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my produce than choice silver. I walk in the way of righteousness, in the midst of the paths of justice, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and that I may fill their treasuries. The Lord made me as the beginning of his way, the first of his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth, when there were no fountains, abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth, while as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the beginning of the dust of the world. When he established the heavens, I was there. When he set a circle upon the face of the deep, when he made firm the skies above, when the fountains of the deep showed their might, when he gave the sea his decree, that the waters should not transgress his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth. Then I was by him as a nursling. I was daily all delight, playing always before him, playing in his habitable earth, and my delights are with the sons of men. Now therefore, you children, hearken unto me, for happy are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction, and be wise, and refuse it not. Happy is the man that hearkens to me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. But he that misseth me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love me. All they that hate me love death. All right. Let's go back up to verse 1 and continuing once again with these instructions. Instructions of a father, and in this voice of wisdom we hear, in this voice of love and kindness and beauty, it's presented in a feminine voice, or from a feminine perspective of this beautiful understanding, or this beautiful desirable knowledge and wisdom that the Lord has give us to rule over us, so that we have some understanding. We got a little knowledge too. We're going to pick it up here in verse 1. Doth not wisdom call, and understanding put forth her voice? Does not wisdom call? Is it not something you want? This is not something you're needing, a little knowledge, some wisdom to. It doesn't matter what kind of knowledge or understanding you seek. You've got to be looking for something. You want to do something. It takes a little knowledge to do it. It takes a little understanding to do it. And it puts forth her voice, so we can find it out for ourselves. Pretty simple. We can do it through trial and error. Try to do it, and may work, may not. It depends on how well you understand the instructions. And then I guess you can always have somebody who already has done it to show you, to give you an example of this experience that can be handed. Then you can try it after seeing it done. But still, you have to experience it. You'll have to do it. 2. In the top of high places, by the way where the paths meet, she stands. And it's in the top of the high places, by the way, and that way where you go upwards. Anytime you think you're going to elevate yourself or extend yourself, we'll find out that's to exalt up anywhere you go. But this place where the paths meet is where she stands, and that's one goes this way, one goes that way, and that's that place where the paths meet, that point of your decision. That is what we're talking about. That one will choose the wrong way and one will choose the right way. 3. Beside the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors, she cries aloud. And that's where we find her and all those that are with her, all those that love her. They are beside the gates. That's those places of judgment. We're going to, the places where the decisions are made, and that's the gates where you enter into the city. That's the way where you go. The city we're talking about is always Jerusalem, the place of peaceful teachings, that city that has a guard. Them guards are the ordinances and the statutes and the laws of the Lord. There's no great big secrets here. These are the gates where you enter in. You can't get into the kingdom of the Lord without going through one of these gates, one of these understandings that he has given in all the earth. And there we find her. She's crying out loud. And she's going to be a witness now. She knows who you are. For unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. Unto you, O men, and that's everybody, mankind, period. I call. My voice is to the sons of men, to those that are going to carry on, those that have come from you, to see now and listen. 5. O you thoughtless, understand prudence, and you fools, be you of an understanding heart. Be of a heart that wants to listen now. For a moment, receive a little bit of understanding. Understand prudence. Understand the craftiness. Understand the intelligence. Understand this, the ability here. 6. Hear, for I will speak excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. Listen, for I will speak of these excellent things, these great things, and this opening of my lips, the separation of those two things where the truth will come out shall be right things. You're going to listen. You're going to hear the truth. 7. For my mouth shall utter truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. For my mouth, that which is pouring out, it shall utter this truth. It's going to speak this truth. And the truth undefiably is the statutes and the ordinances, the law of the Lord, the Hashem, the presence of God himself that gives us that truth. It's his law, it's his ordinances. And wickedness is an abomination to my lips. I'm not talking about wickedness or evilness, or I'm not asking for nothing. We're simply talking about the law. 8. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing perverse or crooked in them. All the words of my mouth are righteousness. It's just. It's equal. It goes out. We're not leaving out anybody. All are subject to the ordinances, the laws, the statutes the Lord give us, because we'll find out so is the earth itself, in the fact that it does exist. It's subject to them too. There's nothing perverse. There's nothing crooked in it. Ain't trying to get nothing from it. Lead you off on a different path so I can mug you or something. Mug your soul. I want nothing of that. 9. They are all plain to him that understands, and right to them that finds knowledge. All plain. It's a very simple thing to him that understands, to the one that's going to open his heart and listen. It's right to them that find knowledge. It's correct. It's correct to them that have found knowledge. Because we're talking about the ordinances and the statutes of the Lord. 10. Receive my instruction, and not silver, knowledge rather than choice gold. Receive my instructions. Instruction is very simple. That's something to do. It's something you need to do. It's your instructions on how to use it, what to do with it, where. It's very simple. And not silver. Don't be looking for those little wealths. That little wealth that really is not going to help you as much. This silver knowledge is rather than choice gold. Knowledge. To get this understanding, it's going to do you more good than all that wealth is going to do you in the long run. You can get wealth. You're going to run out and blow it. You're going to run out and spend it on nothing. Why? You don't have no instruction. You don't have no understanding. You got no knowledge. See, so if you had that, we'll find out this silver or this gold would last a lot longer. It would have some value outside the monetary existence of it. 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things desirable not to be compared unto her. For wisdom, that ability to use your knowledge, that ability to take these instructions and accomplish that which you've been asked to do, it's better than rubies. It's going to do you more good than all the wealth or these precious things of life, all these things that are desirable. You can't compare that to her, that beautiful wisdom, that beautiful understanding that the Lord give us. 12. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of devices. I, wisdom, that beautiful understanding, dwells with prudence. I dwell with the crafty. I dwell with those that are wily in their understandings. And I find out knowledge of devices. I find out what their purpose is. I find out what they're going to do. 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Pride and arrogancy and the evil way and the froward mouth do I hate. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. And that's the beginning of a little reverence to God, and we all do. A lot of people, not a lot of people, there are those that do go around and they do these things. We'll find out they don't have no understanding. They don't really comprehend totally the consequence of their actions. And this evil way, and this is those of froward mouth, those do I hate, because they're not considering, they're not stopping. And it's not as bad as to hate, but those, they've not had any instruction, they've not had proper counsel. 14. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am understanding. Power is mine. And this is why, because counsel is mine. This sound wisdom, this solid instruction, I am the understanding, and power is mine. It's given to me. I have the order of it. The law, that's what we're talking about. It has the power. It has the ability. It is the sound wisdom, and it is the knowledge. I am the understanding, it says. 15. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice, and by me kings do reign. That's those that keep the law, those that keep the ordinances and instructions of the Lord. They do reign. Princes decree justice, because it's according to the law of Hashem. 16. By me princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. By me do these rulers have rule, and these nobles are these ones that have those positions, even all the judges of the earth. All of them, those ones that judge, they take up that position. And we find out the law tells us those that have the Lord's instructions and those that simply do not. 17. I love them that love me, and those that seek me earnestly shall find me. For I love those that love me. I love those that take love me, that seek after me, that come after me, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, those that seek me earnestly, they shall find me. Why? That's what they're looking for. You always find just what you're looking for. You're looking for the good things in life, you find those. If you're looking for trouble, well, it's looking for you. 18. Riches and honor are with me. Yes, enduring riches and righteousness. Riches and honor. This wealth of understanding that makes one honorable, and that honorable is abundant. To be abundant. The word is kabod, and it means to be abundant, to have riches, to be, elevated in a sense. And you're not elevating yourself. It's not like you making yourself better than everybody else. It's simply that you want to do the right thing. 19. My fruit is better than gold, yes, than fine gold, and my produce than choice silver. My fruit is better than gold. Be nice to have a gold tree. Well, we do. It's called the law of God. It's called the law of the Lord. Hashem's ordinances and statutes that he already put in your heart. It's better than gold, yes, than fine gold, and great wealth. My produce than choice silver. That which I give, that which it comes from me, is better than this choice silver, even this, the best of the little riches. We could look at it with that, from that aspect. 20. I walk in the way of righteousness in the midst of the paths of justice. I walk in the way of righteousness. That's the way I go. That's the way what I do. I go that way towards justice, righteousness, equality. It's in the midst of these paths of justice. In the midst of these paths even of justice, where justice comes from, it comes out of the word which defined it from the beginning. And we're going to find out that was his law. That was his knowledge. That was his wisdom, his understanding. He set forth in the earth. 21. That I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and that I may fill their treasuries. And that was for its purpose, that to cause those that love the Lord to inherit substance, to have something, and that I may fill their treasuries. They may be full of this place where they store up. And that's exactly what happens. 22. The Lord made me as the beginning of his way, the first of his works of old. And this is the way the Lord made me, in the beginning of his ways, in the beginning when he first created. We're going to see this is prior to all the creation of all the things we know today. It was the first of his works of old. The first thing he did was he set forth these paths of justice, these paths of righteousness, these paths of understanding that lead to, and we'll find out they lead to him. 23. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. I was set up from the everlasting, from time before, before what we know as the beginning, from the beginning, or ever the earth was, or ever. Before it ever was, the earth. And that's the earth and all things in it. Even this, we'll see, it's this defined existence. It's a defined existence. It's not an infinite, it's a definite. That means it has an end. 24. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water. So before there were depths, I was brought forth. Before there was any such thing, there was no such thing as these depths. We can look at it in like the depths of the oceans. These were not existing. There were no fountains abounding with water. There was no such thing as water or fountains. Understanding had not yet came into existence. 25. Before the fountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. Before the hills was I brought forth. So this is before the mountains, before these high places were, and all these understandings and men have this knowledge. Their lines, their nets, their whatever you want to call it. Before the hills, even these lower understandings, these lower elevated things, was I brought forth. I was already there. 26. Well, as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the beginning of the dust of the world. Because the Lord hadn't even started working on the mountains or these hills. As we're talking about before there were earth, before there were fields. No, there wasn't even dust yet. Dust was here after the dirt, after the earth, the dust come from it. And we'll see, that's what man was created at. We're talking before that. Because it was by knowledge and understanding that it was all created. 27, when he established the heavens, I was there. When he set a circle upon the face of the deep. When he established the heavens, I was there. We'll find out this great understandings that are far above us and far beyond us. I was already there. When he set a circle upon the face of the deep, and this circle is this continuance. He caused a way for it to continue, and it just keeps going around and around and around. And the Lord did that in his magnificence. See, he already knew what he was doing. He made it that way for a reason. 28, when he made firm the skies above, when the fountains of the deep showed their might. And when he made firm the skies above, when he set the firmament in the abyss, when he set that firmament, this is when the fountains of the deep showed their might. They thought all this understanding came forth, and their great abilities. 29, when he gave to the sea his decree, that the waters should not transgress his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth. And this is a comparison to when he gave to the sea his decree. When he spoke to all the waters, we're talking about those waters upon the earth that are salted, those that are being purified. When he set forth his decree that the waters, all that understanding, that knowledge, should not transgress his commandments, his law, his ordinances, his statutes. And that's when he set the boundaries of the sea. When he appointed the foundations of the earth, and that's what it's all set on. It's all set on that knowledge. It's all set on that wisdom. This is how he appointed it. He created the earth on these foundations. 30, then I was by him. As a nursling, I was daily all delight, playing always before him. Then I was by him. I was already there. This knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding. The Lord created all things by it. It was from his mercy. As a nursling, as one coming up, as this one yet receiving, I was daily all delight, daily. And every little understanding, all beauty, all perfection, all under knowledge, all wisdom. And we're talking about his ordinances and his statutes, playing always before him. 31, playing in his habitable earth, and my delights are with the sons of men. Playing. King James Version says rejoicing. The word is sakak, and it means to laugh, to play. Usually, in a way that makes it very simple, and maybe gives it in a different understanding how the Lord, how it kind of like it imitates everything the Lord is trying to do. But my delights are with these sons of men. These are the ones that come forth from mankind, these generation after generation. My delight is in them, for there are those that seek knowledge. There's those that seek understanding and wisdom, and that is the law. That is his statutes and his ordinances he gave us in the beginning. Deuteronomy, he said, this is your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding. 32, now therefore, you children, hearken unto me, for happy are they that keep my ways. Now therefore, you children, you ones who come forth, you ones that go forth as like a child, that's having received your life, coming into life, coming into this new existence with your new understanding, having the law to protect you. Hearken unto me, listen unto me, for happy are they that keep my ways. These ways We know what they are. They are his words that he spoke. 33. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Listen to instructions. Listen what the Lord told you to do and do it that way. Be wise and don't refuse it. Don't fight against it. 34. Happy is the man that hearkens to me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. For happy is the man that hearkens to me, listens to me, watching daily at my gates, these places where they go in, these places of decision, these places of judgment, these places where they enter into that city, that place where the Lord protects. It's Zion, and it's within the gates of Jerusalem. He's waiting there, waiting at the post of my doors. These posts, these things that support my entries. And it's really a simple thing. It's the ordinances and statutes of the Lord he give us. Always is. It always will be. 35. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. For whoso findeth me findeth life. Whoso findeth these laws, whoso findeth these statutes and these ordinances, has found the voice that has life. And that voice is wisdom and knowledge and understanding that comes from the Lord. He put it in your heart and it speaks to you. 36. But he that misses me wrongs his own soul. All that hate me love death. But he that misses me wrongs his own soul. He that misses the mark and or sins against me. And we're going to find out. You take up knowledge, you take up wisdom, and you take up understanding, and you hold it over the heads of those that are innocent. This is wickedness, and this is evil, and that's what we're talking about. All those that hate me love death, and that's to hate understanding, and to hate wisdom, and to hate knowledge. For we wish to empower you, to give you the ordinances, to relay the statutes and the understanding that the Lord give us all. And that was his commandments from the beginning. We're moving forward. Proverbs chapter 9. Turn and return.